Alright, people, welcome back to my stream, and yeah, it took me a while to get back. I had to fix a lot of things that happened. Decided to watch something again. Yeah. Alright, that's what we're working on. Oh yeah, I want to find some pirates. I want to find some pirates, but not the ones that killed me outright. Alright, let's look for a place. Yeah, this is the place where I died. Maybe this should be fine.
Switching over to standard engines.
What is this? Star Station, whatever we call this. What happens if you go to a star station? I have no idea actually. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know where to find pirates aside from the... Yeah, if I go to that star system, I'll instantly die. I don't want to do that. Paradiso. That's all right.
Jump complete.
Greetings, pilot. Hiro Sugiyama, head of Paradiso Security. I apologize for coming over this emergency channel, but we are in need of assistance concerning the large ship in orbit, and we value discretion in this matter. If you are willing and able, please see me as soon as possible at the main security office in Paradiso. Over now.
You know what? Let's do the quest line. Been trying I've been trying to find from some pirates or whatever. I haven't found one. Yeah.
Did you know? There's something I need to talk to you about. If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner.
We'll
rather
deal
than
with
later.
your quest someone.
One Hope was a real piece of work, wasn't he? Oh, don't tell me He held innocent people with little... Are you really going to make me remind you what... How he sent Paxton Hull? How could you forget some... I'm relieved. Letting him off the hook. Of course I approve. Had I been in your shoes, I would have done exactly the same thing. You made the right decision. I'm proud of you. No, it certainly isn't. Especially when it comes at the expense of human lives. Well, I think I've lectured you enough. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me.
Well, that took care of the, let's add some minus points from something else. I can't remember what I spoke of that later. Well, whatever.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay. No bounty. You're clear.
That neon fella. I missed it. How'd it go?
Barely made it over the starting line.
Can we run through it one more time?
You can overreact.
Can you imagine how many credits flow through this place? Figuratively, of course.
We could join the Corpos.
It's a shame how
Do the Corpo
Swoon
plus line.
abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another.
Are you a member? Keeper Aquila seems to know what he's talking about.
Sorry, but I can sign off on
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial. Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, when it seems like only yesterday.
You'll find the ambassador in her office. Go on through.
Well, there'd be a good speech check through this.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
Well, we did the entire Freestar Collective quest line, and you were
All
completely
that
fine.
security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint.
Correct.
I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
This building is Freestar sovereign territory. So in here, we're the law.
I'm Freestar Chef.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants Terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
Alright, here we go.
You're really gonna push this? Alright, I will give you one chance. One.
One. Nice try. Not in this game.
I'm listening. A ranger serving the cause of the colonies. You must really believe in this little endeavor.
I have that advantage. No, I don't want to say this. Innumerable lives. This she could reply back to me as like saying, "Yeah, I'll be one," by saying no.
The cost of being wrong is a high one. Well, Captain, you make some good points.
It's a good thing I'm a Freestar
Really
Ranger.
granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent. Follow me.
I could have probably negotiated more, but that's not. It's not. It's not. Also, it doesn't care, man. Ambassador. What was that about? The good thing about Freestar Ranger, so you know.
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
They tell me it should only take a moment.
There's a specific machine for the Armistice code.
And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess. People often mistake rivals for enemies. We don't have to like each other to do the right thing. I suppose we're in this together now.
The character's like the eye thing. Alright. Now comes the hard part. It's lucky I'm a Freestar Ranger, so the first option was really gave me a strong boost.
Just doesn't add up. This piece of work done
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy. I've never seen a tree like this before in my entire life. It'd actually be more fascinating if the branches weren't blocking our way.
What the fuck? Oh, I see what's coming. It's kind of creepy. What's up? What's going on in here? Alright, this is interesting.
Anything valuable?
in the basement in the first place. In this sense. buy something. I was waiting for Chop to. Oh, it's not the time in Japan. Time is in Japan. Oh, okay. I was off 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. I'm trying to buy something because it's Japan, and the the seal starts 1 hour from now.
Running a bypass? Be careful. Demons.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realize. Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Has the rest of the city... Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence, it is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well... but I must know of the rest... Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you... You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. And the broadcast spoke of a worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On Terramorphs, presumably, Do I see this all clearly? The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy, with little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure... A fine counterexample. And, fireworks? Absolutely. And here you are. I might be will...
I'm just very curious about the...
As the chair of Constellation, I take personal responsibility in vouching for this woman's integrity. She'll keep her word.
Well then, please, follow me.
That was weird. She spoke all the way from there.
Let's hope it still works.
If you're overloaded, we should stop and prioritize what we're carrying.
There. Let it be used for good. Will we all be so lucky next time the archives need to be accessed? Something to think on. The affairs of House Varun are our own. They left. House Varun committed itself to the armistice. This was said at the time to be the desire of the Great Serpent, and I do not believe. So, when my brethren left, I remained. Honoring. It was tolerable, even pleasant, when my brethren were here. We remade this place as best we could into a home we all would recognize. With my brethren gone, it has been trying. The Great Serpent is so much more. When our founder, Jinan Varun, left the United Colonies 140 years ago for distance, the Serpent made us who we are today. Its voice...
If you don't mind, glad to haul whatever... Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
Jeez, fucking left with an ambassador like this.
The Great Serpent.
Storeroom key for it. What? There's no more steal function in this game? Then how do I get this one? I don't want to kill the guy. Happy to steal though. Whatever. I like their spacesuit, man. It looks like the stuff that Kryptonians wore in Man of Steel. I'm actually curious about the area. Let me explore a little bit. Not much going on here. Pretty sealed. This is most curious. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't get this. Another Corpo HQ. It's kind of weird. You have this place that's all sealed up for like who knows when. What the fuck did Sarah do?
Of today for our future tomorrow.
record? What response?
I think I got them. What do you call them?
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement. So the old man was still lurking around in there. Fine work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right? Yes, what?
The hell? Oh, what? Things wrong with the game. The fuck? The hell happened there? That was weird. I have no idea what caused the. I want to try now.
By the Freestar Collective's Radcliffe fleet, both sides decided the time had come to bring the colony war to an end. So, two parties came together.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the
Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. You may proceed, Captain.
Are you gonna close the door? I wish it could allow me to fail. I wanted the game to allow me to fail. So let's try that with the other doors and everyone attacks. That'll be fun.
Saw your ship come in. Nice ride.
Please refrain from engaging in any criminal activity.
Captain, can I help you?
Wait, where do I go?
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts everywhere. There were so many facilities abandoned after the colony boarded pirates.
I don't get why this game doesn't have a logo map.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like they own the settled system.
There you are. Captain? Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Okay.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
I wish I could get my citizenship that easily. What was that about? The fuck? What was that about? Well, this is one of the shittiest views in the game.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen? Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property.
Nice.
Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms? I'm sorry. I can't... Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
Man, this is the shittiest view in the game. What the fuck? I get my citizenship in the shitty view. What the fuck?
Another day, another shift.
I've lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets.
But there are no additional visitors permitted. Your friend's gonna have to wait out here.
I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
They really thought about her, because I can imagine a lot of people, they plan that will be your, almost eternal, I don't know, maybe if you have other followers.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? Not quite. I'm Francois Sanon.
He's alive.
But most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes. But the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death very astute. That's my daughter. My progeny. You've been working alongside. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family? Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do. It was an attempt by the United Colonies to solidify its own legacy, forging a new generation of great leaders. They were raised by adoptive families made up of scholars and tacticians, trained at the United Colonies' greatest scientific and military academies, displayed incredible promise. But by the time the Colony War came to a close, there was only Hadrian. But that's ancient history now. You have much more pressing matters at hand, with which I can help. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with. Well, who better to find them? But many of them I knew personally, and I've always had a mind for details. Where someone was born, next of kin. You'd be shocked how often an otherwise brilliant criminal flees to the planet just next to the one where they were born, or where a family member resides. I simply use my own personal knowledge and the information our group collects for me to track them down and set things right. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colonies' more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know. Captain, your files indicate a track record of unlikely successes. It is my genuine hope that, perhaps down the line, and this might be something of a tryout. Speak to Deputy McIntyre. I'm sure she'd be happy to hear that someone might be tying up this loose end at long last. Though I would ask you, do not make the mistake of confusing me for a simple cutthroat.
Interested turning over to the UC.
You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it. If that's what you require to sleep at night, so be it. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria. Wolf System. There's a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the
Oh, I ate that to them recently.
Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Gotcha. Alright, we'll talk to... Can we talk a little bit more? A little more chat?
Did you need something, Captain?
What kind of name is Ray Fix This?
It's a phrase, actually. In one of Earth's dead tongues. Woe to the defeated. I acquired it during my school years, after defeating an older cadet so badly that it led to his dismissal from the program.
Man.
Since then, it's been hurled at me by critics who didn't like the methods by which I achieved victory. But I can't say I don't like it. Stood as a reminder, I wasn't a man to be trifled with.
What did you do to earn yourself an execution?
The official charges I faced after the war were twofold. The first was the destruction of civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne, a battle during which those civilian ships were actively attacking my fleet. The other was ordering the bombing of the Londinian spaceport to halt the spread of the Terramorph outbreak there. The city and its citizens were lost, but countless others likely saved. And for doing what was right, I was put on trial, and my life irrevocably changed.
It is your fun, right? Even though your differences are that awesome.
I was told the process was decidedly complex. While we come from the same clay, the kiln and the sculptor had much to say in who Hadrian became. For the better. We are, after all, so much more than our legacies. Genetic or otherwise.
Alright, let's talk to the ambassador. You guys can go and close the door? Jesus Christ. You guys should close the door.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral... Sure, I'm right.
Talk to the ambassador. I'll end stream at around 11 something.
Yes? What?
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy. Exactly. Just another prisoner.
I love that
You'd
option.
never even think of bringing up in conversation. With anyone. Ever. We understand each other? Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're unhinged. And that's not a good look for any of us. Now, was there something in particular you needed to discuss about what we were just discussing? Dr. Reginald Orlaise? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question, but bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam for years. That'd be a huge win for the UC. What's being offered in return? Really? He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting? The Den? It's a star station, orbiting Wolf, the second star station actually to bear that title. The first one was blown to smithereens by House Varun during the Serpent's Crusade. The place has always acted as a remote strategic hub, primarily for repairing and refueling UC military vessels. But because of its distance from the rest of the UC, things there have always been a little... I can think of worse places in the galaxy for a criminal to hide out.
Or chances of being lured into a trap.
Trusting the man downstairs would be a mistake. But I don't think you need to be too concerned. This is far from the first name he's handed over, and all previous missions went off largely without a hitch. So while I'd certainly warrant caution, I think you can proceed. Then I'll bid you good day, Captain, and remind you of the importance of discretion.
So, Adrian, I met this old man in the basin. Kind of looks like you. I don't know. Anyway. Cool.
Welcome to the den. If you have business, feel free to land.
Green lights on the outer hatch. We're docked.
Well, this station's seen better days. I wonder if the UC will ever fully restore it to its former glory.
Marquez is all right, I guess. She's gonna be lucky to have me as a boss. Okay, then.
Looking to lodge a complaint? Then you want UC security, not the Vanguard. Oh, apologies, Captain. Didn't recognize you without the uniform. So, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I know where we are for.
Etheria. Not an area that gets a lot of visitors. You mind me asking what you're looking for? Hiding. Are you talking about the Warlock? There's been rumor of a ship out there for years now. Doesn't respond to hails, never docks. More than a few amateur investigators have tried to find it, and at least 2 never came back. Etheria's debris fields are plenty dangerous if you're not used to flying in them. But if you're suggesting it might not have been the fields that got them, well, I can give you the coordinates of the Warlock's last sighting. Well, the original Den Star Station was destroyed decades ago during the Serpent's Crusade by marauding House Varun zealots. Big part of the remains from those battles ended up gathering around Etheria, forming a nasty debris field. Every now and then, some headstrong scrapper comes limping back because they hit an 80-year-old mine. Or sometimes they don't come back at all. Though, maybe it's not just the field that's been picking them off.
Anything else you can tell me about the Warlock?
I mean, I honestly thought it was just a story board haulers told to amuse each other. But if the pilot of the Warlock really has been dusting our people, well,
Hopefully you're about to make our skies a whole lot safer.
Anything else you know about the den?
Things you should know? The den's not really that... Keep an eye out for pirates. Otherwise, it's more...
I'll take those for it.
Sure thing. Here. This should get you pointed in the right direction. Good hunting.
Hi. Please disregard.
Yo, so you can put 2 people here in prison. How do I get to my piloting thing? Oh shit. This ship is so new that I don't even know how to get to the cockpit. Man, this ship has a lot of like random rooms. EM weapons.
That was fun. Now what?
Captain, greetings.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade authorities always buy? Okay, no problem.
looks like I have a feeling that he dies. He dies anyway.
Hello.
So we could do this.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, okay, so this one's unavoidable.
Pilot emergency detected. Hatch override engaged. Error. File deletion cannot be completed. Ending process.
Right, I'll be right back. I need to order something online. Alright, looks like I'm done. It's kind of weird what I have to do. Pre-order this thing I'm pre-ordering. Because I'm buying through like a proxy, since, you know, I can't directly buy for that. So, buy proxy service to buy for me. And I hope they respond quickly to the one thing. Go on and say too much. Anyway, let's continue.
If you don't mind, I'd like to... Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
No, we're good.
Clamps released. Be right back when you guys in the water.
While we're here, it wouldn't hurt if we checked in at the lodge.
should inspect your ship for heat leak. Just every couple landings. They'll cause plenty of it. Havoc if left unchecked.
If you don't mind, bring me anything useful. Glad to haul what... Want to see what I'm cap... Feel free to drop... Admiral Logan. Office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
asked my boss what they're doing to stop new alien attacks on this city. He said it's top.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Welcome back, Captain. Do you have some news for me regarding Dr. Olays? I'm not surprised. The man fled every consequence he ever faced. Of course, you don't expect me to just take you at your word, do you? Excellent. Please, deposit it in the transfer system.
Transfer accepted.
Would you look at that? Kept it all these years. Some simply couldn't let go of that old world. This is fine work, Captain. I can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battlefield there. The area was ground zero for xeno-weapon deployments during the war, so I would arm yourself appropriately. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome. A military Model A, yes. Specifically customized for the needs of the Xeno warfare team during the Colony War. A powerful resource, if you can recover him. I dedicated my life to the United Colonies. Every effort of my being to their protection. I even gave them my heirs. Even if my circumstances have changed. My purpose has not. Of course. We're protecting the galaxy, Captain. We'll need every tool at our disposal.
That's interesting, yes. No hard feelings. Maybe he has a little, but you know, you understand.
If you don't mind, I'd like... All right, let's go. Doesn't look like much, but we... should certainly take a look around.
Need some work done? Hey, what can I do for you? Looks to me like you're already in pretty good shape.
That's very random to do like that.
Ah, was told they're expecting you. Head on in.
It's a very unusual looking armor. Okay. It's for a staff.
Okay.
The UC says their days of xenological warfare are long gone. We're just ensuring it.
I'm just trying to stay out of the way.
Trying to get up to speed on all this research is like trying to drink from a geyser.
Oh, there you are. If there's an answer to stopping more attacks in the data, we'll find it.
Goddamn planet. You romanticize a place when you're away from it for long enough, but I forgot what a dust-crusted pit Mars can be. Now you, what do you need? Oh, that's you then. I was informed we don't much care for Vanguard. It sounds like you two really got into the thick of it back in New Atlantis. My sister's kids live in the city, so, thank you for what you did there. Yeah, they both came through okay. One science division, others an artist. Effectively useless human beings that would have had no reason to be anywhere near the fighting. Still, I would hate to see anything happen to them. Now, what was it you needed?
I guess this isn't the first time you break this place dialogue.
That's correct. Ran logistics for the Devils for years before getting the assignment here. Military logistics isn't usually thrilling work, but as bone-crushingly exhausting as this job could be, it sure as hell was never dull. Coordinating habitats for nightmares from the far side of Lantana 8B and their favorite breathing snack foods? Sure, why not? Stalking the UC for a rancher who's got 2,000 grade A kilos of biomass he can ship to Mars per week? We call days like that Tuesday. So when I heard things might be opening up again, I put in for my transfer immediately.
What do you think about this new project that you have?
If anyone can pull off something as downright lunatic as that, it's these people. And I'll make sure they've got all the supply. Don't worry, I'll handle the paperwork.
Nice. You locked it, Chris. I'm just kidding. Chance that human spell. That's an interesting weapon. These are nice looking UC stuff. You can imagine these stuff are actually good when you're able to upgrade them, but I don't like the skills to upgrade them, so. wasted a couple. I hate myself, man. I hate myself.
You definitely know your way around a lock.
I wasted a lot of digilocks for that one. I'll buy it. By the way, I haven't bought it.
I don't remember this place ever being everything up to spec.
Oh, dude, it's not. Yes.
Yes? Sorry, I should really try and get this wrapped up.
Where's the weapon workbench? I don't have any resources for that. Anyway, I'll worry about this later. I do want to worry about that side quest. I mean, I do want to upgrade my weapons.
Captain, welcome back. I was afraid you might have gotten reassigned. You've been gone so long. So how's it feel to be a citizen? Must have changed up how the ceremony works. I just raised my hand and said, sure, I'm in. But it is real good to have you here again. We've been going through the Terramorph data and, well, we're gonna need all the help we can get. These logs, they're even more thorough than I remembered. Genetic workups, population statistics, hell, even their food chain. I'd completely forgotten, for example, that there was a creature that actually ate Terramorphs. At this point, the data's given us more options to explore than we have people to work on them.
Anyway, yeah.
I lose you there?
What kind of monster eats Terramorphs?
Well, 8. They went extinct a few decades back. A big lumbering thing called an Aceles. Something I'd love to learn more about, if we had the people to look into it.
I can help with that, and I found your research.
That'd be something, wouldn't... I'm sorry, are you? You're serious? You found our research team? That's incredible. That accelerates everything. With them back, it'll let us... Wait. Kaiser. Did you find Kaiser?
He's my next stop, and I was told I need your help overcoming security problems.
That's right. You would need that. Whoever gave you these leads sure knew their stuff. Well, how? How exactly did you manage to find them?
That's somehow, but you need to leave it at that.
You can't be... Oh, you are serious. Okay. No more questions. But still, getting Kaiser back, that gives us more than a few new paths forward on dealing with the Terramorphs. But if he's been out there on his own all this time, you're gonna need something. Come on.
I don't break my
We've already made a lot of progress getting this place back online. Some of the containment chambers were a bit on the unpleasant side, but the facility staff made short work of that. Somewhere. Here, Kaiser schematics. Actuators, weapons, batteries. That old robot's been MIA for a while, so chances are he's gonna need some repairs. He's also got a lock on his voice controls. You can give yourself authorization with the phrase, Nos belli machinis. Now, where exactly is the old machine?
So just gonna leave this repair space.
Oh, it's really not that daunting. So long as he's on a planet with some modicum of civilization, he is on a planet like that. Right?
Restart territory. Wandering a battlefield for
A battlefield? On Nira? Oh, sheesh. No wonder no one's found him. That sector of Nira was destination #1 for xenoweapons during the war. Add to that general environmental devastation, and the kind of lawlessness that comes with any Freestar world, and that planet's got more than enough ways to make a visit your last. But I think there's a place where you can start your search. Yep. One-of-a-kind salvage. Licensed to an Angelo Alonso. Goes by Gel. As good a place to start as any.
What else can you tell me about it?
The Colony War saw a lot of hard fighting, but Nira got it the worst. Everything the Freestar Collective and UC could muster, ground troops, xenoweapons, mechs, was hurled into the fray. Both sides hoped something would decisively turn the tide, but it never did. When the war finally ended, swaths of that world were so devastated they were effectively abandoned. So what Kaiser's doing there of all places, I can only guess at.
Why is Kaiser so valuable to stop in Terramorphs?
Kaiser lets us do field work with a level of precision that there's really no other way to accomplish. More than a few of the options we're looking into. Detectors to uncover the Terramorph transmission method, or crafting a targeted biological agent. They require highly specific materials to test against. And asking a group of Marines to accompany us for that kind of work, well, it usually ended up with ruined samples and wounded teammates.
Alright, I'm off to Nira.
And I'll make sure we're ready to put them to use as soon as you got them.
I'm actually curious what happened to Dylan.
Something else you needed?
Adrian.
Come on, that's not funny.
Adrian, I want you to listen.
No, that's insane. He died. They executed him. They faked his death? My entire unit, they threw us all to the wolves, but kept him? And now he's what? An advisor? Commanding the fleet in secret? What was so important that they had to keep him alive? Oh, they certainly picked an expert, didn't they?
He's alive. Vayvictus is still alive.
Oh yeah, she doesn't know.
I don't care if they're using him to solve world hunger. The man is a criminal. How could the UC do something so foolish?
I guess it makes sense, though, doesn't it? The UC of that era only created me because they were afraid of a world without Vayvictus in command. Why would they get rid of him? As long as I live, I'll never understand the loyalty that old bastard elicited. Same mistake the UC made. Ignoring all the red flags. Because the UC, they did a lot of terrible things for that man. But even knowing they did, knowing that they kept him alive all this time, you know what I feel right now? It's hope.
Really?
I had no one when I was outside the UC. No Red Devils, no family. But that old world, where I was no one and my father mattered, that's gone. Thanks to what you and I have done, I have a place again. A purpose. But it's finally one I can be proud of. You and I, we're getting to change what the UC stands for. So I don't care if Vayvictus is alive or dead. He can rot for all I care.
Nice. We have a way to circle
We're the
around
ones
this
who are making the
topic.
settled systems and the UC better.
So you're really willing to trust you to the UC after all they've done?
No, but I am willing to try and make them a place we can be proud of. The UC that kept my father alive, that threw me out, those people aren't in charge anymore. And the ones that are, well, they're giving us a chance. It's up to us to do something with it.
Making something good out of the UC's bad.
Precisely. Because there's nothing we can do about past choices. What we can do is try and make the right ones now. Well, thank you for telling me.
I wonder if there's like a
I'm
consequence
glad I
later
know.
on, like some UC agents
And
start
even more
attacking
glad
you or
to have
something.
someone on my side who's willing to tell me the tough truths. It Means a lot to know I've got people. Hey.
Yo,
Whatever
you heard
it
nothing.
takes to stop more attacks, we'll get it done.
You heard nothing. You heard nothing. Wait, you know what? I'll end stream here. I'll have more time tomorrow, but I really want to catch up on sleep. I've been lacking so much of it. So for the past 4 days, I need to go back to normal security rhythm. And yeah, so that was interesting. I don't know what I was talking about, to be honest. Maybe because I don't know, man. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching, and I'll see